Good day, everyone. My name is Arnie Melissen, and I'm the council chair of the Maple Ridge Christian Reformed Church here in Maple Ridge. And about 10 days ago or so, our pastor, Pastor Tim Sheridan, gave me a call and asked me to come to his office because he wanted to tell me something. And so, well, why don't I just pass it over to Tim and let him tell the story.
Thanks, Arnie. Maple Ridge CRC Church family, it's with joy, it's with gratitude, and it's with heaviness of heart that I want to announce this morning I will be stepping down as the senior pastor of Maple Ridge CRC effective April 1st. The Lord's led me to accept the position of church planting leader for the Christian Reformed Church. It's a position where I will be working for Resonate Global Mission, and which is an agency of the Christian Reformed Church, as you may know. This position will allow me to work remotely from my home office here in Maple Ridge, and Lord willing, we will remain a part of the Maple Ridge community and the Maple Ridge CRC church family. As the church planting leader, I am excited to be offered the opportunity to use my gifts, my passions, my experiences to help the Christian Reformed Church at this important time in its history. Among the many aspects of my work as church planting leader, I'll have the opportunity to work with North American regional leaders across our continent to develop, support, and resource them as they develop and we develop together contextualize church planting strategies for each region of North America, leveraging the unique opportunities and challenges that we face in each of those locations. I will also be working alongside others throughout Resonate Global Mission to foster connection, learning, sharing resources and people between international church planting efforts and North American church planting efforts. I will be an advocate to seek to empower multi-ethnic churches, church plants, and leaders. You've heard me say this before, and I believe it deeply that we have so much to learn from these churches, leaders, and church plants, and I'm excited to be able to facilitate that learning. I will be tasked to develop learning environments and networks that foster shared learning, that cultivate best practices, that seek to train and encourage church planters, regional teams, classes, congregations in the area of church planting, doing that work collaboratively with other networks and in movements across the globe. I will also work with Resonate to strengthen tangible support for church planters, their spouses, and their families, and that's important work I know firsthand, having planted myself. I will also be working with the denomination to develop good training for church planters, particularly in the area of urban ministry, learning to read our cultural context, and developing contextualized ministry plans and missional strategies. This is just a bit of a snapshot of the work, and that's part of the excitement and the joy that's there. Let me say again, one of the unique opportunities of this position is to work remotely and to travel. We're not planning to move out of this community. We're not planning to leave Maple Ridge CRC as members. Lord willing, we'd like to remain here and part of this church family, and we're deeply grateful for how the Lord has led to this point and offered us that opportunity to do that. I mentioned that there's gratitude, and I want to end this way. There is so much gratitude that we have in our hearts. I want to express deep gratitude for Maple Ridge CRC. You've loved and supported our family well. You have been gracious and patient with me over the past 10 plus years. You've supported us through ups and downs that life has brought. You've helped me grow as a pastor. You've been patient. You've been forgiving when I needed your patience and forgiveness. And there's just a deep love that has formed in our hearts for this community, for the people that are part of this church. Gratitude to the Lord for years of faithful ministry together. Grateful for a congregation that's loved us and supported us. And grateful that not only is God calling me into something new, but He's allowing us to remain here for the time being. I recognize that this announcement raises lots of questions. I'm happy for you to ask me questions. Maybe you want to know more about this role I'm stepping into. I'd be happy to talk more about it. Maybe you'd like to hear more about how God has led me to this decision. I'm happy to share more about that. Clearly, you probably have questions about the future of Maple Ridge CRC, and I'm sure Arnie and the council will be happy to engage those conversations as they become, as we seek the Lord together for His direction. So I'm just going to pass it over to Arnie for some final comments.
Well, thank you, Tim. As you could imagine, when Tim gave me the call a week or 10 days ago, I was quite surprised at the news that he was passing on. But at our council meeting just last night, the council and myself were just thrilled to be able to support the church, the Christian Reformed Church and the denomination, and Tim in this call that he has on his life. And we just bless him in that and pray that this will be just a great help to the kingdom and to the Christian Reformed Church here in North America. The Maple Ridge CRC, our council, our executive, is working on what the transition looks like, what we're going to be doing. So we're well aware of the gap that needs to be filled, and we will be working diligently in order to fill that. Thank you once again.